Morning, everybody, and thank you, Sasha, for hosting this meeting. There is a change and continuity in a way. There is a change because we have a new commission in Brussels since a few days, and I'll come back to that in a moment. There is continuity because we couldn't end the year without this association committee meeting, taking stock of the work that has been done within the overall framework of the Stabilization and Association Agreement that remains the contractual and political framework of the relations between the EU and Montenegro, together with the negotiating framework. Sasha has mentioned it. We have a new commission, we have a new commission president, and in her very first speech in the European Parliament, she made a very strong confirmation of saying that the EU's door is open for the Western Balkans. So that, I think, is a very encouraging signal, and it shows the commitment of the new Commission to this region and to the work that is going on. Now, I will not repeat all the work that has been mentioned by Sasha. Let me just highlight a few issues. First of all, Montenegro remains the most advanced country in the accession process, with 32 chapters opened and 3 provisionally closed. And we have closing benchmarks in nearly all chapters set, and a lot of work is indeed going on. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the people around this table who are actually doing this work. And just, I think sometimes it is useful to look at it not in terms of benchmarks and chapters, but what does it mean in terms of practical outcome, this work on the ground for Montenegrin citizens, for Montenegrin companies. And let me just highlight three examples this year. First of all, the labor law that the government adopted. This is a piece of legislation on which we've been working very closely together, which transposes the entire social acquis of the European Union, has an impact on every single Montenegrin employee. With a very modernized social protection. So I think this is a very tangible result of the work that has been done, subject to its adoption by Parliament, of course. Then we've had, Montenegro has adopted a smart specialization strategy, which is an overall framework really highlighting the areas where Montenegro wants to focus its development, its research, its economic priorities. And again, we've been working very closely together on this. And as a last example, indeed, the international protection of the Salina in Ulcin is another tangible result of the work that's been going on over the last year. Now, rule of law, of course, remains the overall priority in the enlargement process, and it will continue to determine the overall pace of negotiations. We've just come out of a discussion of our rule of law non-paper with EU member states, and again we note that in some areas there have been some results, and this has led as well to the unblocking of the one chapter that is currently in Council, the chapter on competition policy. So Montenegro can expect a letter by the Council presidency in the coming days, inviting the country to send its negotiating position for the important chapter on competition policy. In the area of rule of law, it is of course important that Montenegro continues to its reform efforts, and in particular has results in the critical areas of media freedom, fight against corruption, organized crime, and trafficking in human beings. These are the areas that are important to meet the interim benchmarks for chapters 23 and 24. Finally, a lot of work has also been ongoing in what we call the other fundamentals, public administration reform, which we are as well supporting through IPA funds. On IPA, I should say that tomorrow we have a meeting where we'll take stock of EU financial assistance as part of our EPA monitoring committee, and as well a lot of work has been going on in the area of economic governance. Now I'm looking forward to a constructive meeting, and again, thank you very much for hosting it, Sasha, and thank you to everybody who has organized it. Thank you very much.